Okay, hello everybody. We should be live. So basically this is short agenda for today for us. What is really important to know and understand, as you maybe read in this title, right? In a heading to this session as why you literally have to use the custom apps, right? And why they are so different. I mean, the results of using the custom apps and the productivity and everything, why it's so different from using the regular modules. You maybe as a regular customer used to use the regular modules, right? So this how it usually happens. When you just start to use the Integromat, you have some set of modules, right? So, and we definitely adding more and more of them, but you still limited with this number, with this list, right? So if we open just a regular account, so this is something that you will see, right, in your thing, or even if you will start the new scenario. So this is a list of the application that you have, right? And there's something that you will see, right? So all of these applications, there's probably 900 already of them. And some of them we add, update, rarely, super rarely, they getting shut down, but most of them, because the services just grow and expand, so the definitely application will be added more and more and updated. So, but what you need to definitely understand that this list is not a limitation for you. And that's why it's so important to be able to build and use custom applications, right? Because almost any of these modules, right, that you see here, you technically will be able to replicate, means you should be able to create the application for the service that does not exist. But what you can do, and what I see some customers do, you don't kind of obligated to use this particular app or module, right? And that's why we have almost like any module that you open, whatever, let's say the ClickUp, we almost everywhere we adding the make API call. So this allows you to kind of advance your abilities, right? And make that some custom API call. If something happened and this method does not exist here yet, I mean, there is no dedicated module for some API method. Or you want to extend somehow your abilities, right? Customize your thing. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples how it may happen and why it's really interesting. So this is the first example. Let's actually come to our list. So first thing here that I mentioned was the save operations, right? So literally, we have probably two most common use cases of save an operation using the custom applications. First is just do a sequence of call for general informational request. So in this case, I took my application, the AMO CRM, and it calls get application info. So this module I built a long time ago, probably a couple of years ago, to kind of, the simplify user experience when you use the get lead. So as you see, I just performed the one operation, the one run of the module here, and the system literally performed 4 requests. So one of these was just information, the authorization request. This is we still have use for backward compatibility, the old method of authorization. But these 3 guys were 3 separate requests. So as you see, it was account, then pipeline, and then leads. So in fact, to get this lead info, technically it should be something like this. So you see we got this information from them. This endpoint, so we can simulate it with a make API call just to compare what we literally got. I will probably even open the separate window for it because we want to compare the outputs in the same place. Or let's just do it here with just another thing. So okay, so this is my scenario. This is our lead ID. So we have the query string for it here. So it will be the ID. Okay, and we call the v2 leads in this case. Okay. So if everything correct, so that's something that should return as regular, just one API method, right? So let's just do it like this to compare outputs. Okay, so here we did 4 calls. Here we did the 1 call to get the link info. So first of all, you see like it's definitely not so user friendly. But even if we open this, we don't see some important things. So maybe I a little bit, get overcomplicated this process, but the output was really not bad at all, because if you will compare this one, right, what you got here. So for example, we don't have the contact here, about something like this. You see the pipelines and everything. The Emma in this case returned them just by ID. So my point to beautify it was, for example, that to get additional information about pipeline name and pipeline username, along with the responsible username, along with the responsible ID. So just to help the customer easily work with it. So this is just kind of an example of what you can achieve, right, using the custom application. So you can group several calls in one, just to beautify the results and get more of it. Another really common thing here will be the pagination, right? So if you want to do the pagination with a standard modules, actually, because you can do it with a one, so usually it will look like this. So something like HTTP module, right? That will return you several results, and then you start to jump around of it, right? So you do something like a repeater. You should set get variable and probably set variable, right? If we use the get, so set variable or multiple, and then you usually do this kind of logic that helps you to perform the simulated pagination, right? So you repeat this several times, you get some results, store it here, and then check it before each next repeat to literally understand that you have results. So this definitely takes, let's just calculate. So for regular call where we will paginate, let's say 10 pages, right? With a standard module, you don't really care if you open some, whatever, even the watch email, or like for your Gmail something, whatever stuff you will do, like, as any search module or any watch module should have the pagination in most of the cases. It definitely depends on API and everything, but here's the point. Let's try to use the email. You may have it, or even the Airtable, whatever stuff. I won't even show you because right? So you may get 3,000 of results. So almost no APIs. I saw maybe 1,000, right, max, that API returns, but usually it's like 100 or something like this. So literally, you do this with a one run, right? So you get, let's say, Emma actually has a 500 limit. I don't have that many in this account, but it's a 500. So to paginate 5,000 people, right, we will do just 10 calls here. In fact, it will take you one operation. To do this same thing with this sequence, we will spend one operation for repeater, 10 here, actually 11 or even maybe more, because we need to stop it somehow. So if we say, let's say, even if it will be 10, so it's fine. It will be 10, 10, 10. So it's 31 operation with one. So like, what is, are you seeing, guys, the one with 31, right? So it's a little bit more to be saying. So this clearly shows us that the pagination in custom application definitely will be beneficial for your budget, of your customers, and more customer get, some more you will get. And if you are the customer, it's just obvious, right? I mean, the final customer who use this integration. So then time. It's, you know, what I may say regarding the time and the convenience. So sometimes definitely you just jump with HTTP call. Okay, I need to call this something like super simple endpoint, even if we have this one for the ammo, right? So technically I may say, okay, if I don't need to super duper mumbo jumbo with the data, I may just take something like this, then build some headers, whatever for authorization, and just get the result. So the request here was not that bad. We may do this in URL even or in here, right? So just ID and some lead ID here. So that's not super something. And you can even map it, and it's relatively dynamic, flexible, so no super big deal. If we don't speak about the output, right, of this module, of this code, because it's the same thing, right? You will get the same output, such as embeds, items, and all this kind of thing. So if we don't say about the output, it's relatively fine and useful. But if you will face something like this, this little bit different story, right? So this is scenario that use call to measurement protocol. And as you see, it's a little bit hard to update this module, right? So you have some regexes here, and you have like probably 5 or 10 parameters. So just 1, 2, 3, like CD, CD5, CD7, something like this. So this customer dimensions. So it's about like 6, 7 of the parameters, right? And it were definitely way better if you would have something like this. So this my Google measurement protocol module that I created. I can open it in my scenario in here just to show you a little bit better. So this one, right? So this module does exactly the same thing, but what it has here, it has all required things. So you can do same additional parameters like CD1 something, put values, and definitely it's way easy to work with it. So you can just check and switch between different type of the things. You can select the hit type and everything, right? And you definitely can pull your Google Analytics accounts to work with it dynamically, even if you want to or so. So technically, it's it does the same thing. Possible to do everything in HTTP module and in this module, but this definitely will save you more time. How much time you will spend to build it? It's questionable, but I don't know. For me, it took not that much, maybe even half of a day, but it was like, again, it was years and years ago. And there's just one module. It looks not that terrible. So this is the call itself. This is mappable parameters. So that's almost it. Yeah, so you have to do it. You have to test it. But once you did it once, right, you will be able to reuse it like a million of times. And we definitely may even speak about resell this module or scenario with this module. I mean, when your module is not publicly available, you kind of, you own this thing, right? And you can make more money on it. With this one, again, we come to monetary question a little bit later. So now let's speak about the data transformation. So again, this example with Ammo CRM shows us what we do here, right? So first of all, I would just like to show you another module that I built when I just realized that this module already exists and we need something better, right? So I built a module which calls get leads. So get leads module, in opposite to the get lead info, performs the only one call, but this call returns you the data that is transformed and has better, we may call it shape, right? So, or the structure. So if we will put them like here and run all of them together. So you may notice how structured custom fields, right? So this is array, something that we got from the, it's kind of raw format that we got from the our API. It looks like this. So it's definitely not super convenient to work with it, especially if you are not advanced user. So it's like a little bit hard, you know, all this array stuff, get map things and everything. And again, even if you are advanced user, it's still easier, right, when you have the mappable fields. So that's why I have created this module, which calls get leads. And here you can clearly see that your fields here, so you can reference them, you can work with them way more convenient way that you have previously. So you can go to the fields, right? Custom fields, and you see they're already here and they are structured as a collection. So we perform the transformation inside the module that first of all save you the time to building super complex things, or will be way more convenient if you reference the things by just an order number in array. So you may say like, okay, I need to have something like a custom fields value this, and then you will switch to, you know, back and forth to this. This even maybe has the wrong ID here. I mean, a little bit, I would restructure it a bit. So this is kind of explanation of what you may do with you know, custom apps, make it more convenient again for you, for yourself, for your colleagues, or for your customer. Okay, so then we leading to another one, which is number 4, which is charge, right? So as you understand, you leverage here it's just, first of all, it's some pricing in mind concept, and it literally might take the more time, right, to do it. But if you will sell it properly, if you explain the user how what the advantages the user gets, right? So instead of having that, so it's just literally my sounds like this. So instead of having this, right, you will have this. So where do you think it will be easier to work for you and for your colleague, for your employees, so on and so forth, right? So with this or with this. So you spend, let's say, twice more on this scenario with a custom application, or even 3 times more, right? But you potentially will save each time when your users, customers, whatever, will build the scenarios, right? Potentially even you, as I did in this case, when you will build this scenario, you will spend more time, right? So it means you will charge your customer more each time when you maintain or update or extend this scenario without custom module. And what is happening here also, right? You potentially have a lot of more options to make a mistake and get into trouble, right? And depends on the process. Like all processes are important, but this something, some of them like might literally be super important. Even with like we had situations where people use the Integromat for emergencies. So it's literally about the people's life, or some firefighters, guys, and so on. And definitely it's a money, definitely it's again convenience of the people. When we speak about like people use and build the bots and whole businesses on COVID and all this analysis right now, right? So all these COVID tests and everything, travel, so on and so forth. So like it might be really important and in a business matter. So that double or even triple price or whatever. I know the guys who charge 5 and 10K for applications, right? Might be completely, you know, have some foundation behind of it, and might worth even way more than this 2 or 3 price that you will charge to building also the custom app, not only the thing that you built. Then we have extended possibilities, right? So some of our actions, like modules, processes, you technically can't do it that easy, right? Not and some of them at all, but some of them, it's not just 3-4 operations, but in case of, let's say, Cloud Convert, you should have at least 2 scenarios for it. Let me see if my mic is working. Okay, so yeah, so you literally should have at least 2 scenarios in this case, right? Because we're sending data to the Cloud Convert server. It's kind of, I think, a process. So we're sending the data and we pulling the response back. So we're sending data for conversion, and then we checking this several times if this ready or not. So this technically possible, probably, right, with another scenario, but just imagine how would it complex, right? So you need to send file, store some ID, then put it on whatever data store. So then another scenario will time to time run, check new IDs added to data store, and then we'll pull some requests to server to respond it back. So it's just impossible to imagine how hard is it in comparison with just one module that you have. So many users don't even know and understand what exactly happening here. It's just like a super complex process behind of this module, for example. And that's just one module. So you do one click, so you wait for whatever 30 seconds or so, and you kind of happy with this module, right? So this literally, we might try to do something. Let's just do the image PNG something. Okay, hello Mario. Okay, let's double check if this not. Yeah, perfect. So this should be direct URL to image, and we can use it. Let's double check. Yeah, that's it. So URL, and we're going to convert it. Options, I want to select whatever the format. Yeah, I want to select input will be PNG. JPEG, let's do like this. Hopefully Cloud Convert won't fail. And also the option download, this is another code here. So if we will clear the console, we'll run it. So you may not see all of them, but most of them. So you see we got 2 of them. So we just created a job, then we added the files to the job, and then we like added task to a job. To be exact. Then we waiting for the result, we pulling back for the converted one, and if Cloud Convert doesn't fail, we do another free request actually to get it back, right? And another one just to get the file itself. So as you see, again, super operation, saving here, like 5 to 1. It's at least 5 because with the logic that I explained before, it will take you like way more operation to just check the things like webhooks or whatever. I don't. It's technically possible, but it's super complicated. So with this one, we got nice data and everything. It's just like this. Then what we also may check and notice and use, this will be the connections, for example. So some things like we just extend the possibilities, right? In some cases, we literally can't do it with the existing set of the modules, such as some out connections, for example, right? So when you create an out connection, what you see here will be just 2 flows. So like authorization code and implicit, right? So if you have some outflow such as user credentials, you just can't technically replicate it within one module. So what you need to do, you need to have 2 modules, for example, which will be most obvious way, right? So you just all the time when you do the call, you will get a token, and then only you will perform the request. So if you're talking expirable, this is probably will be the only best and fastest way to do it. Again, comparing to this with a custom application, you can just set the Integromat to refresh your token, and then when you perform the request, you just use the token that already exists. So this is just a relatively quick explanation, but as you understand, there are a lot of more complex cases, right, where you can literally do something with a custom code, at least JavaScript, right? Again, it's a data transformation things in most of the cases, and some sequence of the calls and advanced stuff such as certificates or JWT authorizations and so on, where you literally can't do it with just like one module or with the existing set of the modules at all, or even with several scenarios. So that's something that literally can be done with just one module. In most of the cases, the custom module that you will be able to create. So with this one, we heading to the last one, which is actually the get competitive advantage, right? So as you understand, you with the custom apps, you just step out from the crowd. So you even can see this for regarding the people who teach the automation. It's whatever what you will do. You may teach the people to do the automation on the local markets, right? So do Russian people, you know them. Would do some maybe Spanish people. I mean, just like a big markets, right? So maybe Brazil, which is Portuguese, right? And so on, right? So maybe India. And so on and so forth. So you may teach people, right, how to do the automations. And if you know how to teach people how to do the custom apps, you just stand out from the crowd automatically, because like no one teach people how to do the custom apps. And even if you are a developer, you just need to spend time, read the docs, have the same obstacles, have obstacles, have the same questions, have the same troubleshooting stuff, so on and so forth. When you know how to do it, it's just like rocket fast. You save 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, do it 15 times faster. And same thing happens with your agency, right? Or if you are a solopreneur, or you are the agency, or even if you're the enterprise and you need to build this custom app for yourself or for the customer, right? So for yourself, you just save the huge amount of money, right, that you potentially will pay for creation of the custom application that probably starts from 1,000 and up. And if you are doing this for the customer, right? So you just, I would, let's just assume or imagine you are the customer. Who would you prefer? Just a regular guy who know how to click this button and create this automation from existing modules, which potentially as a customer, you know, the customers might say like, okay, this probably I can do this also, right? And stuff. Or if it's like a bigger house, okay, my guy can't do it, right? So, and the guy start to click this, even if it fails, right? So the preference will definitely go to the developer, to the automator, who technically can say like, okay, we don't have the module, but I'll do it for you. And like, okay, we don't know how to do the module, so maybe this guy know more than we are, right? And then possible on this platform. So that's literally how it works. Then we come to just the general overview of what we are going to do on the challenge. And if you have any questions, I will be glad to answer them. So let me see how we will interact with the questions and everything. So probably yes, so I will use the Facebook. Okay, so if you have any, just let me know. If you don't, I will briefly explain you how the challenge will go. So our challenge will start from September 7th, and that's what you will get as soon as you will get the access, right? So currently, this is not updated information. We have 17 spots left, and which means only 7 of them goes with this tier 2 for $3.99. The rest will go for $4.99. And this first place where you can save, right? Then also you have additional offers. And here I strongly recommend you to get API Bootcamp, because we won't stop too much on the APIs itself. We more will work with the custom applications, codes, modules, options, and everything. So as soon as you will get this, you will get access to this membership area where you will seeing the content, right, which will be added. So starting from day 1, I will do the program and you will get the agenda soon. So we will build the application. So for examples of our apps, I plan maybe use, I still not decided which apps I will use personally, and to show you as an example, maybe it will be AmaCRM, which has new API. And most of the modules here still use V2, so we may work with this, because it's really good example on how to work with almost all types of the things. So we have the webhooks, we have the pagination, we have the variety of the modules. We have definitely custom apps with the enums and all data transformations things. So we need to transform the data to output it correctly to the customer, to do the same thing that we did here with the mappable fields. And we need to perform the opposite transformation. We need to collect the data, right? Pack it in proper format, proper structure, and send it to the APIs. So this is a really great example. I will probably start with this one, and maybe we'll do some more simple APIs. So another app which can be used by people who like not ready to start and replicate all this more complex thing. So we'll have kind of two tiers, 2 levels for this task. The idea is like, if you are on a lower level, you may start with a simple one, and then when you're done, you can just do like self-pacing stuff and repeat this one, do more complex thing. And if you are on a good level, you just repeat this, and in parallel, you may build whatever you like. And the main point also, right? So you are teaching on building. You're building and teaching how to do it. Means like learning, sorry, not teaching, but I mean like you building and learning how to build the custom applications, right? And with this one, you can technically bring your own API, and this API will be used for your future app, right? So my point here is I provide you all details on information regarding the building process, right? All manuals and everything. We will have probably like one day, it will be kind of educational one. The second one will be Q&A. So first one, you teach, I will teach you how to do it. You will replicate it, try to replicate it, or build your own stuff. It's just up to you. And next day, we have kind of follow-up where we will discuss what you've done and what the problems, what the questions you've got during this building, right? So I answer all these questions. And then again, next day, we do another step, like different type of the modules, connections, webhooks, whatever. And we discuss it day later. So in this way, you will have kind of 2 weeks of building. We may do some day ops on the weekends, like maybe Sundays, right, or so. And by the end of the this challenge, which will be last 2 weeks, right, the idea that you will have your own custom app built. Whatever it will be, your API that you will bring, or it will be the API that you will take from me as an example. So this is the point. So let me check you if anyone here to ask the question. So if you have anything to ask, I'm here. So just put them in the comments. So I'll try to ask, or I'll try to reply to your questions. So I will be here for a couple more minutes. So just let me know. I will probably stop the stop sharing. Okay, so yeah, so here we go. And just once again about this custom app challenge and what it will give you. So that's my point is to create the ultimate, not only ultimate course, but to give you the option to literally, to be able to do it. So because a lot of people ask a lot of questions, right? In partner Slack, in support, me personally, and a lot of places, the Facebook group, right? So how to do this, how to do that. So people struggle for months, for years, right? So I see the people, right? I see how the people growing from the first sign up, from the first super simple scenario integration. So, and I just, observe their journey. So for some of them, it takes years, right, to start with a simple automation and go to custom applications, and then still they have a lot of questions. So my point here is like, why do you want to spend another year or two to learn something that you can learn literally in several weeks, right? Then you just self-progress, so you can do kind of self-education when you got this base. So then it will be not more it won't be like more the education, it will be just a practice, because you have to do the practice, right? So this, you have to pay your dues, but first of all, you have to have this base and to understand, just to not go through each step by yourself and spend like, either you will pay money for it, relatively small money, because you won't find any normal course on it right now, besides probably my programs. And even if you will, I don't know if it exists at all, and I don't know the prices for it, but it technically can be less, because this is another point. Like, one application that you potentially will build should cost your customer, I mean, the amount which you will charge for it should be at least, I believe, 1,000. It depends definitely on a number of modules, complexity of APIs, connections, and everything. But literally, it should not be less. So if you will spend like a week or a couple of weeks on building on it, it should be not less than 1,000 at least. Even if you will be like on like. I don't know, like Russian, Indian markets, the same Brazilian or Spanish. I don't think it's so big problem that to pay this amount for the business, which going to literally use it, and especially if it will be like SaaS, or the service that builds this to promote themselves. This kind of nothing comparing to even something that they will pay for their own developers, right? So I understand the markets and everything, but their developer has to learn first how to do it, and that's just put them, I would say, they are on a lower place comparing to you when you will know how to do it well. Okay, so I don't see any questions in comments here for now. So let's do this stuff. So I will just leave this video here, right, in the group. And if you will have any questions, just comment below so I can jump. So it should be the recording, right? So I can jump later and answer all your questions if you have any. Okay, so with this, we done for today. So for those who already bought the challenge, who already book the spot. Soon you will get the additional information. We will decide how we will communicate. So the communication channel, preferably it will be either like a Facebook group or Slack. One of these two, I would say. The sessions we will handle in a Zoom. You will get the links and everything. So it will probably come a link for all events to not just mess them up. And the video materials and everything you will get in this membership area, which you already have access to. It will be added to the menu soon. I will do it today. So somewhere here, you will see that the challenge in the same way that you do other programs if you have any. So that's basically it. Yeah, I would strongly recommend you to, either be prepared with the APIs, right? So you should know how to work with the APIs, at least like you should have the decent base, right? Not maybe be super good in it, but just understand how works how work main processes, like how to send the request, how to form it, in general, understand how to do it, right? But again, I would strongly recommend you to go through this. And if you interested in how to work in Integromat in general, you will have options to, you have actually option, right, to get the super bundle, the ultimate bundle. And this one, the Integromat for Business Pro, is like the set of the trainings that will help you to work with Integromat professionally. So with this, guys, thank you so much for attention. Thank you so much for those who will watch the replay, and I hope to see you soon. So we have only 17 spots left in the challenge. So just don't lose your chance, because after you will ask me, okay, do you have anything for custom applications? This like usually happens as soon as something finished, some events or so, the people start to come in and, oh, I heard you had a challenge. Yeah, you have a challenge. We got a challenge. You will get the replay for 500 probably, not less. And you won't be able to attend coaching sessions and so on and so forth. Like, I mean, the Q&A sessions where I will help you literally to build your app. So that's it. Thank you so much for attention, and hope to see you soon in the challenge. All the best.